So I can bet you that a lot of you have just recently saw the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, and I'm going to be sincerely honest with you guys. I expected it to go this way. A lot of people are currently just blowing up all over the fact that Jake won and he doesn't deserve the win. But let's be a little honest here with what the hell just went through. So basically, Jake has always just wanted to achieve something big, make it his dream to be like some UFC champion. Like he automatically switched from being some kind of content creator, then he immediately switched to wanting to become a UFC champion or whatnot, right? And then we got Mike. The thing about the whole Mike's gonna knock him the hell out and whatnot. This is everything I've been hearing all over the internet. Just Mike Tyson is going to beat Jake Paul. A lot of people were kind of ignoring the reality that Mike is literally 58. Now, don't get me wrong. If you watched the fight just now or just recently, Mike was tanking those hits. He was taking every left hook, every right hook, every stomach jab, every chest. He took so much hits. So many hits. And he was unfazed, but he couldn't even strike him back as much. Even the women's fight, they made the women's fight look so much more enticing. Of course, no offense to the ladies out there, but the women's fight was gruesome. It was awesome. There was blood on their faces. The fight was going on, and they both were really happy at the end. They both really enjoyed the time of their lives. And the same goes for the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. But again, a lot of people are expressing their disappointment for how the fight went. The fight wasn't even a fight. The fight was not a fight. And what I mean by this is, as I was watching through that entire fight, Mike wasn't even landing as many blows as Jake. Jake didn't even if you guys looked at the counter difference between Jake and Mike, Jake threw over 200 punches while Mike only threw about 70 or so. It was a complete difference, and it showed that Mike wasn't really this wasn't even a fight. This was just a young guy fighting an old man. But here's what you guys kind of have to wrap around a little bit, is that Mike did this because he enjoys it. Mike did this not to just prove that he's a champion and whatnot. No, he did this because he enjoys it. He loves to fight. This is what he grown into. It's his passion and it's his life. And the same goes to Jake now. If you guys look at it this way, Jake made one of the biggest jumps in his life. He just beat the world champion of UFC. I don't know if Mike is the world champion. I don't know much about UFC, but he actually beat one of the toughest people. Not in his prime, but when he's an old man. And again, he's an old man. Maybe it's not that much of a big achievement, but you guys got to understand, to him, that's a lot, right? So, personally, right, me who's not even a big fan of Jake or Mike, let me just be sincere. This was just something they both did for their own good. Not something to prove a point and whatnot. This was just something they did for their passion and enjoyment. Let's be real there. Unless Jake just ends up shit-talking Mike later on and whatnot. But when you just take your perspective into theirs, they just had one of the best times of their life, all right? They just had one of the best times of their life, and there's no denying it. But I just feel like there's just been so much shit talk going on with these two that I feel like, well, what does it matter, honestly? At the end of the round, they both just had fun. There was no knockout. Everyone was disappointed. A lot of people stayed up in the middle of 5 a.m. just to watch it, and there was no knockout. There was not a single knockout. Even I wasn't even expecting a knockout, because throughout the fight, Jake was pulling back. He didn't want to get hit by Mike, but at the same time, Mike wasn't really throwing much at him. Once again, it wasn't even a fight. It wasn't even a fight. Mike just stood there taking punches so many times, and Jake just kept coming at him, but he just couldn't knock him out. Mike couldn't knock him out because he doesn't have the energy or anything. It wasn't even a fight. It wasn't even a fight. It was just something they did for fun. It was just something they did for fun. That's it. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to express my opinion on that because I feel like once again, there's just so much shit talk around these two. But you gotta understand, this is just something that they did for their own happiness. They enjoyed it. They loved it. It's a big step in their lives. All right. But yeah, that'll be all. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys have a good night.